A common question we get from practices considering using On-Call Central for their answering service is how they can use On-Call Central if they are in a call pool with other people who do not use our service. And that's something that we run into a lot, and it's actually quite easy. So we wanted to do a quick demonstration of how that gets handled. So in On-Call Central, we have the concept of voice menus. And a voice menu is both what patients hear and what options are available to them when our service picks up. So typically in these situations, what we will do is we'll create a series of, a daytime menu for your practice, a standard after hours menu for your practice. And then what we can do is create a voice menu for each of the practices that might be covering for you. So in this case, we have our after hours menu that plays, 5 p.m. until 9 a.m. the next morning. But we have a Dr. Zhivago who occasionally is going to cover for your practice. Now, this voice menu will sound exactly the same as the normal one, except if if a patient selects the option for contacting a provider regarding an urgent matter, it's going to let them know that another practice is covering, and it will simply forward that phone call to the covering provider's practice. Now, presumably, that provider has their own answering service, and so the call gets passed along to them, and it allows you to work with that other provider who's helping you out without having them adopt an answering service that you use but they do not. And so the way that you schedule this, now that we've got this voice menu created, is to go to the Schedule tab and then click on Voice Menus. And let's say that Dr. Zhivago is actually going to be covering for us for the week of, let's say the 19th of March here. And so what we're going to do is we're going to say from 9 a.m. until 9 a.m. on the 26th, Dr. Zhivago is going to be covering for us. So what we do here is we create Add Schedule Exception, and we'll go here and select the 19th, 9 a.m., and then we'll go to the 26th, 9 a.m., and select the voice menu. And when we save this, what's going to happen is it basically creates what we call an exception. That is an exception to the regular voice menu schedule. And so for this, the entirety of this time here, Dr. Zhivago's menu would be active, and therefore, if your practice received a phone call and your office has its phones forwarded to On-Call Central, any urgent option would then forward that phone call to Dr. Zhivago's office here. Now, if that happened during the day, presumably their front desk is going to pick up. If it happens after their office is closed, they're going to forward their phones to their answering service, and they will handle that call as normal. So this is a really simple way of handling a super common scenario, and it can be handled at the time we set your On-Call Central account up, and then thereafter with just a few clicks of your mouse to appropriately set your schedule.